And welcome to another XINH bootleg. We got 3 sets and a big fig here for Avengers Endgame. On the front row, on the left hand side here, we have the darker time travel suits in set number X0233, containing figures 1071 all the way to 1078. On the right hand side, we have the lighter colored one, set number X0251, containing figures 1204 to 1211. Our time travel Hulk here is numbered 1054, and the extra characters on the back there are from set number X0260, containing figures 1277 all the way to 1284. All these figures have a minifigure stand underneath them, as well as some accessories. So you may not notice that most of the characters are repeated. It's the characters on the front row. Captain America would have been repeated as well, except High Set came with an extra Ant-Man to the Captain America, so that's a little annoying. Fortunately, from the photos I've seen online, I guess I'll insert a picture somewhere on here, the Captain America on this set has a worse helmet. The A looks kind of goofy, and the chin or jaw strap is not painted, whereas this one is, and the A is straight, so I'm quite happy with it. But anyway, and on both ends we have Hawkeye and War Machine on the other side, so those are a bit different. Hawkeye has his usual bow arrow quiver. Both rockets have a regular gun with a purple thing on the end. Both Thors have a Stormbreaker that is built and quite nice. Black Widow has a purple sticks here and light blue sticks on the other one. Ant-Man has his dual molded helmet. It's actually transparent, that's pretty good, whereas this one just has that Iron Man helmet that's printed on, so that's not good. Nebula has katanas here and a staff thingy here, not sure what that is, and Iron Man has these jet exhaust things and those little punchy things. Hulk has nothing. Captain Marvel has the punchy things. The Ancient One has magic rings around her hand, just like Doctor Strange figures have had in the past. Sword for her, as well as a hard cape. Old Man Steve Rogers with the shield, of course. Of course, look at Iron Man in a sec. But we have Tony Stark in his suit without any nano stuff on top of him. We have half transformed Iron Man. This is a really cool thing to have. And we have Fat Thor with Mjolnir. Am I saying that right? His hammer. So just a close look at this Iron Man here. Just like the KORUIT stuff that I reviewed previously, he has this bulky armor. It's printed very nicely. There's a little bit of printed detail on the back as well. He's got one of these punchy things. And he also has a shield, but it's printed on a circular, like a Captain America shield. So this one's not as nice. This is actually worse than the other ones, but they actually molded new shields for Iron Man's print on it. So those are much nicer than the one we have here with XINH. First we take a look at the darker suits, and they're all molded in a slightly dark silver color, especially Iron Man. He's got really dark legs that they've molded him onto, as well as the torso. The arms are the same on all of them, all printed the same, and the torsos and legs are also all printed the same, except again for Iron Man, as well as Raccoon, because he has shorter legs, so they are articulated short legs, so they've been printed onto that. Raccoon, once again, much like another set, has really pale color for some reason. The tail behind him is a soft plastic, so that can move just a little bit. The silver print on his collar is quite nice, and otherwise he looks okay. Ant-Man here does have the dual molded helmet, so you got the transparent red visor. That's pretty awesome, and the face underneath is it's okay. Iron Man here only has one face expression, and wow, that came off really easily. Let me try and plug that back on. Let's see, does this stay up? Oh no, this comes off really easily. So that's a pain. But anyway, it's got the regular Tony Stark face underneath, and none of the other characters have any back face prints. Nebula does have. Back on all of these are also all printed pretty much identical. No leg prints on the back, just the front. I did forget to mention that Black Widow has the female hips printed on the side there in black. And like I said, here just has all of the suit in white instead of that dark color. If I was just to bring in one of these to compare, you can see that the design is completely different, so there's nothing left to compare. One that these suits have that the other ones don't is that all of them have side printing, and pretty good side printing. This reminds me of the KO-RUIT one. However, I do feel that that one's actually printed slightly nicer. Whoa, X0260 is not the best one. I just feel it's, you know, sharper, the lines are better, and there's less sort of misprints. There's a little bit of smudge here and there on these ones. I really hate this kind of Ant-Man helmet. The Captain America one is kind of nice, like these straps I've seen in the other sets previously, and all of these minifigures have a secondary face inside, except now most of these minifigures have a secondary face on the back, except well, him and him, so that kind of sucks. But they got different facial expressions and stuff, so that's pretty cool. And they all have back leg printing, so they're printed all the way around, and that's pretty awesome. In this set, Iron Man also comes with an extra transparent head there with extra hairpiece, so that's nice. Here's something a bit more interesting. We have some extra designs from the Endgame movie. We've got Valkyrie here. I think we've seen this design before. Just a regular sort of combat suit from, well, first this Thor Ragnarok dream sequence. In fact, I think this figure did come with one of the Thor Ragnarok sets. Fat Thor there, or Big Lebowski look. We have Old Man Steve Rogers. That's kind of cool. And then we have, you know, Iron Man different kind of looks. Actually, that logo there's a circle, but that's triangle. So this one would have to be a different suit. And we've got the ancient one with these nice printed pieces there. I'm just going to take them off now. And of course we have Captain Marvel with her hair down without the helmet and mask and stuff. So this figure, compared with the other Captain Marvel sets we released by X0260 alone, they probably got different versions and variants of her. And by the way, she's the only figure in this set that's actually got dual molded legs, which is a huge shame that the ancient one doesn't, because they actually just painted this yellow bit onto the black legs. That's... I don't know why. they could have done it. So yeah, and all the prints on these are pretty decent. Moving on to this Iron Man has dual faces, got screen on one side. It's actually printed quite nicely here. It's not just like a flat blue on top of the entire face, it's actually transparent area, so that's kind of cool. And on the other side he just has the regular Tony Stark face. And some of these other figures have secondary faces as well. No print on him, but you notice more of this extra cloth piece that goes around the waist. That's kind of nice, extends his jacket. Pretty cool. And these two figures have paint on there to sort of look like the dual molded legs, but they're not. However, the rest of the paint job on the back of these are pretty good too. There's some side printing on some of these characters, and those are printed quite nicely as well. Next up we have the big fig Hulk here. He has a darker color of the time travel uniform. His head is articulated, so that's kind of nice. Inside, look at some side printing there as well, just a tiny bit of back printing, not too much detail. His feet are painted on in this really lime saturated green that doesn't match the head color or the plastic color of the hands. A very similar design, but completely different at the same time. From KO-RUIT here, this one is painted so much nicer and the color tones actually match. This one also has the articulated head. One thing I really dislike about this head is actually the little green lines that they printed on for, you know, facial expressions. It just doesn't sit right, whereas the black lines on this one look so much better. And on this side we have the Xinh one, which is just a white suit. The hands look really weird, but you know, it's a slight contrast from these other ones. So for me personally, I think the best one is the KO-RUIT one. A bunch of time travel suits to compare them with. On the left hand side we start off with KO-RUIT. And then we have a Lily suit here, a Xinh suit here. We got our two XINH ones in the middle here. And then we have two that are Pogo ones. You can see that these three suits are the same design, but the Pogo one is just painted very poorly. The Pogo one here is very similar to the Lily one. They seem to be based on the same torso, but the legs are different. But again, the paint is all messed up on this one. So the Pogo ones are just, for me personally, a big no-go, and just get rid of them, they're no good. The remaining ones here really depends if you want a darker color or a lighter color one. Personally, I think the lighter color one matches the movie more, so the XINH darker color one can go away. So for the print quality, the Lily one seems to copy the official Lego ones a bit more. There's no side printing whatsoever, but if you're gonna get, like, if you just want something that copies the official one, fine, this one's okay. But if you want something that adds on top of the original one, this one will have to go as well. So once again, we're stuck with the XINH one, the KO-RUIT one, and this one's the Xinh one. And all of these have very nice netting print. But in terms of the netting print, the silverness, like the shininess of the netting, the KORUIT one is the best. And if you just move over to the side, it's got a lot of side printing, side torso printing. The Xingyang one does not, so game over for the Xingyang one. And then we end with these two. Both of these are very nice designs. Out of personal preference, I think the KORUIT suits are just much nicer produced. The suit lining is much clearer. The A logo is not too big, and just the overall shape and look of it, I just prefer it a lot more than the XINH one. Overall, these are pretty nice sets. Not the best suit, print or copy out there, but they're not bad at all. For me personally, so far, these are the second best, and you can also easily get a lot of them from a single set. I personally don't care for the dark ones too much, but you might think it's more stylish and cooler to look at compared to the pure sort of white suits from the movie. And I will just stick with the whiter suits because it's more, accurate. The overall plastic and clutch on all these are pretty decent. The quality control seems to be okay, not as good as the other one, but it's okay for the most part. And if you pick up a set of these, you should be quite happy with them. The Hulk is definitely no good. Pick up the other brand one where the leg at least matches the color, and the overall design is, for me personally, I think it's much nicer than the one we have here. The extra figures that are not part of the time travel suit are all pretty nice additions. Even if you have official Lego sets, some of these characters were never released. So, or at least these variants of them were never released, so you can add them to your official Lego collection as like a complement. So you can add them to your official sets and complement the official minifigures as well. Yeah, subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and of course take care and have a nice day. I will see you guys soon. Bye bye now.